welcome to Let's Talk Nation. I'm your man, Rod Love. Sitting next to me is none other than the General, Attorney Greg Jackson.
Once again, it's on, Brother Love. You know how we get this thing started every week, man. How was this weekend for you?
Man, this weekend was great. Man, just enjoyed. My daughter actually marched, man, and graduated.
Nice. Very nice.
And man, I'm happy for her, man. And now she goes into that next chapter of her life.
So,
how about yours, man?
I mean, my weekend was good, man. So I don't know if people noticed or not, but I am a huge track and field fan. And matter of fact, up until last year, I was the official voice of the Bishop Moore track team. I would go out and I would announce their local track meets or their home track meets. And so I watched track and field. My daughter used to run track for Bishop Moore. I thought she was going to run in college, but she decided to focus on school. So this weekend, Brother Love, we'll talk a little bit about this a little bit later because there's some interesting developments. But this past weekend, I watched track and field.
Well, Greg, you just being real humble. But not only did your daughter run track there, but you was a coach.
No, I wasn't. I coached her.
You coach her? You coach your daughter?
Yeah, man.
So man, Greg, I tell you, this weekend, man, it just seemed like everything went on, man. I mean, just couldn't pull myself or unplug myself. But I was watching and saw some of the pop-ups on track and field.
So you did see some of what was happening there?
I saw a little bit of what was happening, man.
All right, so listen, man, before we get started, we are also, in addition to our Facebook Live and everything like that, we are actually going live we're trying something new. We're going live on TikTok. If folks don't know, I've started my TikTok page, and every week I try to do some interesting stories. And so tonight, we're going to have some folks on TikTok that are joining us and checking out the show as well. And if I could ever find out how to turn around this camera, they'll get a chance to see how the sausage is made and how they won't necessarily just see the green screen. They'll see everything that's around us as well. So.
All right, well, hey, looking forward to it. But great, man. Update us, man, on what took place in track and field and somebody who everybody has paid attention to. What, Greg, over the last couple of years with Ms. Richardson?
I mean, so listen, and I talked a little bit about this on the TikTok Live that I do, on my TikTok page that I do also. But again, this past weekend was the U.S. National Track and Field Championships. And for those who don't know, the individuals that go to the national championships, they are vying for a position on the team to represent the United States in the World Championship. So that is what this is all about. So, some of the top runners in the country are going there. And one of which is none other than Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri Richardson is dubbed as one of she was the fastest. FloJo was the fastest. She's since passed away. But Sha'Carri Richardson, since FloJo, has been dubbed one of the fastest women in the United States. And so folks are looking forward to seeing her back on the track, as well as, Melissa Jefferson Wooden, who's been running really, really well. TT Terry, who's actually here from the state of Florida, she's been running really well. And they all train with Dennis Mitchell. And so they were looking forward to that. And so, Sha'Carri is also in a relationship with a gentleman by the name of Christian Coleman. And Christian Coleman, in his own right, is a tremendous track athlete, a tremendous runner. He's also an Olympian. And one of Christian Coleman's, one of his shining stars of lights is that he actually has the world record in the 600-meter dash. So he actually has one of the greatest and one of the best starts in track and field. So
600 meter.
I'm sorry, 60.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
okay,
60 meter dash. I'm sorry if I said 600. There's no such thing as the 600 meter dash. You ain't dashing for those 600 meters. You know what I'm saying? But so nonetheless, people are looking forward to that. But Christian Coleman and Sha'Carri Richardson have been dating for quite some time now. And so, I was kind of happy to see it because, Sha'Carri Richardson has had some issues and some problems in the past that, hopefully that she gets a chance to get by. I want to say hello to everyone that's joining me on my TikTok Live. Again, we are on Let's Talk Nation. Greg Jackson, Brother Love, you hear me on my channels from time to time. Let y'all kind of see what you see right here on the screen. That's what we're doing right now. But you get a chance to see the green screen, get a chance to see me. And I'm talking about Sha'Carri Richardson. If you've been following my page, you know I've been talking about Sha'Carri Richardson. But anyways, so Sha'Carri Richardson, her and Christian Coleman were headed to the championships, and they stopped off in Seattle, Washington. And when they stopped off in Seattle, Washington, apparently there was some altercation. And Sha'Carri Richardson assaulted. Let's not mince words here. She assaulted Christian Coleman. But it was just, she tugged on his little book bag. She pushed him up against the wall. And there was nothing else to it. Well, the law enforcement in Seattle, Washington, arrested Sha'Carri Richardson, and they wanted to charge her, but Christian Coleman declined to press charges against her. But nonetheless, she was arrested and charged with domestic abuse against Christian Coleman.
And Greg, if you would tell people about, when you look at
How
domestic
y'all doing
violence
there?
and it is committed, somebody going to where?
Well, typically somebody's going to jail. Typically somebody's going to jail. And so, yes, Sha'Carri Richardson did spend a little bit of time in jail because of this incident. But she got out, and nonetheless, she went and she competed in the national championships for the United States. All right? But I'm going to tell you, Brother Love, the Sha'Carri Richardson that I saw on Saturday is a far cry from the Sha'Carri Richardson that we're used to seeing.
Oh, wow. Where did she come in? What place did she come in?
But let's not even talk about the place that she came in. It's easier. I don't want to talk about the place she came in just yet. What I want to talk about real quick, Brother Love, is how she looked physically. And physically, Sha'Carri Richardson, if anyone saw Sha'Carri Richardson at this track, Sha'Carri Richardson just didn't look healthy. I'm just gonna say it. She looked thin, and typically you want your athletes to be a little thin, able to move and different things like that. How y'all doing on my TikTok live? I'm glad that y'all are joining us here, Brother Love, Greg Jackson, Let's Talk Nation. But anyways, she looked thin. She looked frail, Brother Love. She looked frail. She really truly looked frail. And when she ran in the heat for the 100-meter dash, she actually came in fourth place. Now, Sha'Carri Richardson, who was dubbed as one of the fastest women in the world, coming in fourth place, is news in and of itself. But after that race, she actually pulled out of the 100-meter semifinal that she was in. And not only did she pull out of the semifinal, there was some talk that she wasn't going to run in the 200-meter. Now, there's really no big deal with her pulling out of the 100 because she is the world champion in the 100. So she gets an automatic bye anyways. But to say that she was pulling out of 200 was huge news. And that's when all of this came out about her and Christian Coleman getting into this tough and all this other stuff. She ran the 200 meters. And I don't know if y'all saw this, but she ran the 200 meters. Brother Love, she did not even get out of her heat in the 200 meters. And we're talking about the fastest woman in the world. And so there's something that's going on with Sha'Carri Richardson right now that personally, when I see her, I'm very concerned about what I'm seeing. We know that there are a lot of track athletes. Elijah Johnson, who is a hurdler, is one of them, who talks about the mental strain of being a hurdler and all the other things, or being a track athlete or being an athlete in general, and some of the mental issues that she has faced. And so I think that Sha'Carri Richardson is facing some mental issues right now, and that track and field should be kind of like a second thought for her that she needs to heal.
Well, I had two things, man, I was going to make a statement to about that. Greg, the first thing, and I'm glad you brought up mental health, but the first thing I was going to bring up, Greg, I know a great dietitian or nutrition, if you say she was looking frail.
Yeah.
And you know the recommendation that I was about to make?
I know the recommendation you're going to make. It is, the dietitian that we all know and love, Ms. Bynum Toby Jackson. But listen, for her, I think this is much more than just.
So you said mental health. So
I think that something is going on with her.
Man.
And like I said, I'm very concerned. But there were some highlights. Queen Z, how you doing? Good to see you. Design Lee, good to see you. But there were some highlights with regards to this track meet, and I don't want to detract from some of the other great athletes that participated. And so with the 100-meter, 200-meter, the first time since 2003, you had a singular winner in the form of Melissa Jefferson Wooden.
How did she look?
She looked good. She's been looking good. She has not been defeated this year. She's actually beat the Olympic champion on the track that she ran on. And so Melissa Jefferson Wooden actually ran a 10.65 time. So remember I said that Sha'Carri Richardson was one of the fastest women in the United States? Well, that's because now Melissa Jefferson Wooden has matched that time of 10.65 and has a world lead right now.
Great. You remember the days of FloJo?
Of course.
FloJo used to lead people in their track. So how much distance, man? Come on, fill me in on that.
Yeah, FloJo was running it. Her world record, which is stand to this day, is 10.45. Anybody out there, if you notice, I think it's a 10.45 that she ran. And that time, the only person who has gotten close to that time is out of Jamaica, Thompson, Elaine Thompson Hura, who ran like a 10.51. She's the only one that's gotten that close. But aside from that, man, right now, women's track and field, the person to look at right now is going to be Melissa Jefferson Wooden.
And great. Here's the last thing, man. I keep getting asked this often.
What's up, Cowboy? What's up, Dave? How you doing?
The other thing I keep getting asked often is, we know basketball players that go to the NBA from college. You have football players. Great, you even got hockey.
Of
That
course.
we know how they make their money.
Yep.
People
How
ask,
do people in hockey make money? I know people in hockey make money.
hey, hockey has a TV contract. That's all you need.
I didn't know they made money in hockey, man. No, I'm
Great.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Track and field.
Yeah.
Those athletes are making a living, and I want you to fill in the blank. How?
I mean, listen, they're making living off of endorsements. They're making living off of like shoe contracts and things like most athletes do.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't get the big contracts for playing the sport that basketball, baseball players, football players get, but they get endorsement deals. I mean, you have Noah Lyles, who is a millionaire right now not because of track and field, but because of endorsement deals of track and field. Now they do get prize money whenever they win races. And recently, Michael Johnson, who is a former Olympian and former world champion for the United States, he tried to start the Grand Slam League, which they were going to start paying athletes and bringing more awareness to track. But that particular league is in the midst of folding.
So one last question, because you keep up on this stuff, and if you don't keep up on it, I know Greg Jackson Sr. does.
Yeah.
Greg, do you believe that track and field is attracting NIL deals like you see?
Course.
Okay.
Of course, you have Quincy Wilson, a 16, now 17-year-old kid that went to the Olympics. He's getting NIL deals right now because of track. So yeah, I mean, NIL deals are alive and well in track and field as well, but track and field does not get the exposure that your NFL or that your college football players get. Track and field doesn't get the exposure that your basketball, college level basketball or professional basketball players get, and so on and so forth.
Very interesting, very interesting. So, hey, Greg, we hope the best for him. Hope that situation with the arrest gets resolved.
Oh yeah.
Immediately. But you know what? The last but not least, man, you said, hey, there may be a need for some intervention as it relates to mental health, and I hope that she gets what she needs, man.
No, absolutely. But again, Brother Love, just want to say hello to everyone. And before we go any further, Brother Love, we forgot to tell people that they're tuned in to two of the most influential voices in Central Florida on a Monday night podcast. Brother Love and Greg Jackson, the dynamic duo, guaranteed, Brother Love, guaranteed. TikTok, you ain't heard it, but you're hearing it now for the first time. We are guaranteed to raise your IQ 10 to 20 points. And on some nights, Brother Love, we go to 25 to 30. If you want to be a part of the night show, all you got to do is use your little Twitter fingers, and all you got to do is join us here on our Facebook Live, on our Twitter Live. But you can also call us at 407-921-6195. Again, that's 407-921-6195 to talk to Brother Love, Greg Jackson, the dynamic duo. Brother Love,
let's get it on, brother.
Yes,
you're gonna commentate one of these big fights, man, and it ain't gonna be in Orlando. I think it's gonna be in Vegas. But
let's see if our TikTok folks can see this.
Let them see it. Hey, but Greg, man, another big name in the news, man, that paid a settlement that was $1 million short of what they made during their tenure, their entire tenure in the NFL. And I'm talking about none other than Shannon Sharpe.
Shannon Sharpe is back in the news, Brother Love. Just recently, Shannon Sharpe settled what was purported to be a $50 million lawsuit against his former girlfriend, who was a TikTok model. Excuse me. Randy Williams, what's going on? Thanks for joining us here. Tyree, thanks for joining us here as well. Richard, good to see you here. And so, it wasn't $50 million that he paid to her. It actually was something along the lines of $23 million. Which, listen, that's still not chump change. That's still money that's real dollars. But $23 million that he purportedly paid her. Well, just this weekend, we found out, or we heard that Shannon Sharpe, as well as his compadre Ocho Cinco, who he does a podcast with. And we don't want anybody out there getting any ideas. Brother Love and I, we have a podcast together, but we don't want y'all trying to sue us for nothing, because we don't get what we ain't got. So we're going to leave it at that. But anyways, so we found out that they were being sued for $20 million because of a report that they did on a lady who was at an Usher concert in London. And apparently what happened was this lady was at an Usher concert. I think Usher was feeding the chairs. But I'm going to say this. I think Usher needs to stay out of the audience. I think he needs to stay on stage to stay dancing. Going out, and feeding cherries to the women and all sorts of stuff. This ain't the days of Teddy Pendergrass. You remember Teddy P?
Yeah, I remember Teddy.
Usher is no Teddy P. Y'all, the ladies nowadays, y'all might think that Usher is this, that, and another, but you ain't seen nothing until you saw Teddy P in concert, which you ain't gonna see him now, because Teddy P, but listen, that's a whole nother story. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyways, he needs to stay on stage. But nonetheless, he was off stage, he was in the crowd, interacting with the ladies or whatever. And so Chad Ochocinco and Shannon Sharpe made the comment that, hey, this lady is getting a divorce or something along that lines, and put her name and everything in there or whatever the case may be. Well, come to find out, the lady actually isn't married. She's actually single. And so from her perspective, she's saying that them saying that she's getting a divorce was actually defamation. and that they've damaged her character in some form or fashion. Now, I get it, brother. I get it. I understand. I'm not going to say that I don't. I understand that she said that her character has been damaged by this, but I'm trying to figure out how. If she wasn't married, if no one is out there saying, "Oh, you cheated on your husband, this or another," or whatever the case may be, I don't know exactly what the damage is in this particular case. Bill, what's going on? Good to see you. Sonny, good to see you. Jesse, good to see you as well.
Well, Greg, it's interesting when you bring up the damages piece.
Yeah.
Tony Busby. Does that name sound familiar to you?
It does, Rick.
He's a high-profile. I guess you could call him a celebrity litigation attorney.
Okay.
And so
kind of like myself, man.
So Shannon Sharpe.
I am self-proclaimed. I will say I'm self-proclaimed.
Hey, and rightfully so. But Shannon Sharpe made the statement after he settled the $23 million with the young lady that Busby has a tendency to go after black athletes. So
you're talking about the one that represented the young lady?
Yes.
I got you. Okay.
So when you talk about
I'm gonna let them see you say that because I don't want them to say Greg Jackson said this. What do you say about going after who now? Let you say this.
Hey, Shannon Sharpe said specifically, and you can go find this, that Tony Busby has this tendency to go after black athletes with money. And so Tony Busby responded.
And what did he say?
He said, "Okay, let me give you some dynamics. Here are these dynamics. These dynamics are these individuals." He says, "I have to assess risk first and foremost,
right? And
I have to assess reward for my clients."
Okay.
And so when he put those two things together, he said it makes business sense.
Listen. Let's be very real about what Mr. Busby is doing and what he's saying. Most African American athletes, when they get to a certain level, they make poor decisions with their money. And listen, if you give a 25-year-old Greg Jackson or a 30-year-old Greg Jackson millions and millions of dollars, I'm probably going to make some bad decisions too. So his business model, if that's what you want to call it, and I don't want to say target because I don't want to make it seem that that's the case unless he's made it the case. But his business model to target black athletes who are doing silly things with their money, it is indeed profitable for him. Who else has he represented?
Well, he's going after Jay-Z. I don't know.
That guy. Okay, so if he's going after Jay-Z, that's the one that's also going after P. Diddy again.
And it talks about Tony Busby represented more than 20 plaintiffs against the quarterback, Watson, with Cleveland.
I know you're talking about.
Browns.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah.
But hey, here's and I'm glad I found it. Here's his response.
So wait, 20 young ladies.
Yeah, 20 plaintiffs against Watson.
Wait, what? So 20.
When Watson was going through that massage therapist piece, yeah, he actually represented the 20. I don't know if they were all massage therapists.
What's up, Andrew, man? You hearing this?
Hey, but let me give this to you, man. He said he didn't all of a sudden wake up one morning and say, "I want to sue Shannon Sharpe. He has no relevance in my life," Busby said.
Is that right?
Hey, okay. But he said, actually, I think he's very entertaining when he yells and screams and talks about sports. But Busby says, here's his business model.
Oh, Lady Petra, how you doing? Good to see you.
He said, if he's doing business properly and the results would suggest he doesn't discriminate. He told Esquire that he receives a fee roughly about 40% for the clients that he represents.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, if you file a civil action, I know here in the state of Florida, I can't speak for any other states because I only practice in the state of Florida. Ms. Roslyn, good to see you now, Ms. Roslyn. Oh, hold up, man. So I got to tell the story about Ms. Roslyn since she just jumped in on here. And I appreciate everybody who jumped in here. So I ran for public office, right?
Yes.
I told them I was going to tell the story. I think you think I'll play it. So when you run for office, you get people to help you out in your campaign. Mm-hmm. So it's me. I'm running against one of the commissioners out of Eatonville, Florida, and also another gentleman who's actually one of my fraternity brothers, who we actually got along very, very well. And so I'm out, and I'm just like, all right, I got to get the word out. And so Ms. Ross was like, yeah, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to get your stuff out. So we went to like this, I think it was National Night Out. Mm-hmm. And so we out walking around. She has all my material. So I'm like, all right, I got to go to another location. I got to head out to another location. So I jump on my car, and I forget something. I don't know what I forget, but I forget something. So I have to go back out to the track. Why would I come back out to the track? Miss Roslyn got on my opponent's shirt. And all she could say was, you got me. You got me. I was like, yeah,
That is a good one.
Listen, Miss Roslyn, I appreciate you for joining in, man. She is top notch. I appreciate you, Miss Roslyn. But So what was the question? I forgot.
We told a story about Tony Busby and his business model and why he just doesn't. He said he doesn't discriminate. So if it looks as though it fits his business model of making 40% and the risk and reward match up.
Yeah, the 40%. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So hey man, look, he's been successful.
Well, listen. Young athletes. I could care less about the race right now, but young athletes need to be more cognizant of the fact that they are targets.
Mm-hmm.
There are individuals out there who will target these people because they know that they have a lot of money and they spend indiscriminately. Who was that one athlete? I forget his name, but the one athlete that said that he would take Ice Spice out on a date and spend $500,000 on a single date. I mean, some people don't make $500,000 in a year. Some people don't make $500,000 over a span of 10 years of income. And this guy's saying just to go out on a date with somebody that he would spend $500,000. That's a lot of scratch. And listen, I know this younger generation, that doesn't sound like a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
You're right.
It is a lot of money.
Hey, great. But before we leave this topic, you talked about Usher. If you was in if you were in that trust of Usher, would you say to him, hey man, to help reduce your risk and liabilities, I would suggest you stay.
Listen, Usher's not the one in trouble. Nobody's going after Usher. So listen, that's your business model. So keep doing what you're doing because he has the ladies coming to the show.
And that's his model.
That's his model.
Yeah.
So Usher's not the one that's getting in trouble with this. It's the other guys that's talking about it and giving out information that isn't necessarily true. And if y'all have just joined in TikTok, Facebook, the other platforms, we're talking about Shannon Sharpe, Ocho Cinco being sued for $20 million because of a story that they reported about a lady at an Usher concert in London and saying that she was married and probably going to get a divorce because Usher was feeding her cherries and all this other stuff. But here's the other thing too, but I personally don't think this lady has a case. Not a strong case. I think that she saw that Shannon Sharpe just gave away $23 million and thought that she was going to get the same thing. But I don't think that is going to be in her future.
So let me ask you this, Greg. I mean, and you know this stuff.
Yeah.
A Shannon Sharpe, Ocho Cinco, is it worth them to continue to get their names defamed or associated with something like this versus selling this?
So it's a business decision.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Shannon Sharpe made a business decision with the young lady that he paid the $23 million to. But I will say this. I think, in my opinion, I think that Shannon Sharpe got very poor counsel on that. I don't think a jury in these United States would have given this young lady a $23 million award. I'm listening right now to a story of a young man in New York who was punched by a basketball coach. I forget the Wake Forest. Was punched by a Wake Forest basketball coach. Emmanuel, what's going on? Good to see you. Songs from Nobody. I like that. Was punched and died from this deadly punch. And his family, with wrongful death, with intentional infliction of emotional distress, being found liable on all counts, is only seeking $18 million. And this guy died. And for Shannon Sharpe, away with Burger, I like that. Good to see. And for this attorney to recommend to Shannon Sharpe to pay $23 million, I wouldn't have done. But listen, I fight different. I'm different when it comes to that, and I don't bend very easily. And that to me was an easy bend.
Do you realize that was the total amount of maybe $1 million shot of what he made his entire NFL career?
Hey, listen, and hence the power of social media.
Yeah, podcasting.
Listen, the reason why Brother Love and I are coming to you live from Let's Talk Nation Studios is because when you get onto a platform, if you have good messaging, if you have good products to give to people, you can be highly successful.
Yeah.
Now, all jokes aside, we do it because we love doing it. We've been doing this for 8 years. We did radio for a number of years. And so we do it because we like getting messages out to different people and things like that. Liberation, Pun, what's going on. And so that's why we do it. But there are some people out there that are making millions upon millions of dollars, i.e. Shannon Sharpe, who can now settle a $23 million lawsuit. But let's be fair also. ESPN, First Take, things like that. He was commentating, so he did.
Well, was commentating, but come on, let's put it all the way out there, Greg. This guy, and this believed that he went into this settlement because he was on the cusp of making $100 million with ESPN.
Yeah, with a contract, which now they've canceled that contract. So yeah.
Hey, but when you talk about the podcast,
King.
think about the fact that Shannon Sharp actually had Cat Williams on there, and they paid a certain percentage of viewership.
Yeah, of course.
To Cat Williams for showing up on the show, and he broke the internet.
Yeah, of course. I mean, listen, and not only did he make money off of that, but he cut that up and he chopped it up into small pieces, and made even more money off of the short cuts or the short videos of his interview with Cat Williams as well.
Advertisers just loved it.
Advertisers loved it. Listen, and the American people loved it too, and everybody else who watched it loved it too, because he was what they call it nowadays, but love. I'm kind of long in the tooth, but what they call it, giving the tea, spilling the tea, and spilling the tea, drinking the tea,
and it just offers so much clickbait, man.
Yeah. Coco the Chubby, I like that.
Hey, and Ocho need to be thanking Shannon Sharp every day because he just fell into that.
Yeah,
he fell into that.
Hey, you remember we met Ocho?
Oh, on the field.
Yeah, at the Pro Bowl.
Campbell World. Well, it wasn't called that.
It was it? Yeah.
Hey, and so down to earth.
Bruce Jackson. That sounds like somebody I should know. What's going on, Bruce? Yeah, no, he was a nice guy, very nice guy. And Mike Vick also.
Mike Vick, you're right.
So, yeah.
But hey, Greg. So man, I don't know. It's hard to move away from that because that was a heck of a conversation. But man, I want to move to man married to 3 women.
Oh man, listen. How do I go into this topic?
What they say about ignorance of the law is not a defense.
Ignorance of the law is no defense, but marrying 3 women is ignorance. I mean, I'm not going to even lie to you. Miss, check this out. I want y'all to hear this. And Facebook, our friends out there on Facebook, we want y'all to listen to this. So there's a guy, and I hate to do this, brother, because, we're both from the great state of Florida, right? And we always hear about this Florida man story and all of this other stuff. Jerome, they always talk about Florida. Judah, they always talk about Florida. Steve, they always talk about Florida. They talk about Floridians bad, and we're native Floridians here. And this man here in the state of Florida, where we're from, in that state that I love so much, he was married, brother love, not to 1, not to 2, but to 3 women at the same time. And when he went in front of a judge, he said that he didn't know that it was against the law. Now, the reason why I'm calling bonkers on that is because he used different names. He used different information, fake information for where he worked, and he also used fake deployment orders, which I think that may be stolen valor, Demetrius. I don't know if y'all know about that, but he used fake deployment orders so that he didn't have to answer certain questions. And so this guy by the name of Henry Betsy Jr. Has now been, he's now going to be sentenced because to marry more than one person, not just 3, to marry more than one person at one time here in the state of Florida is a felony. And so this guy's committed a felony, all because he didn't know how to say no. And one of the ladies, get this, brother love, one of the ladies, 3 different women, 3 different counties over a 2-year period. One of them he met on Match.com, and they got married within 3 weeks.
Come on now. Within 3 weeks?
Within 3 weeks. So, great. I don't want to talk about it.
It's a hard one, man.
I'm disgusted, man. I'm saying, as I said,
and so he's going to be sentenced. But do you anticipate this individual getting some jail time?
Oh, he's already in jail. Yes. But listen, I still can't figure out. And y'all,
Greg, doesn't religion religious?
You're not in Utah.
Oh, you're not in Utah.
You're not in Utah.
Okay.
You can't pull that.
You got me on that. Okay.
You can't pull that around here. Claudette, I don't know what Brother Love talking about.
I was trying to help him out a little bit.
Yeah. Did you hear what the judge said? The judge said it's a felony, and ignorance of the law is no excuse. I don't understand what my friend over there talking about. But listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I still, and if somebody can help me with this, please. And I don't want my wife calling. I don't want her to get mad at me because I'm not trying to build no harems. But I'm trying to figure out why is it against the law for a man, if he can afford it, to have more than one wife. I mean, they do it in other countries. It is a sign and it is a showing of wealth and prosperity if a man is able to.
Come on, man. You think he's been watching a little bit too much reality? And some of these shows show these men with 3 and 4 wives.
If they are consenting adults, if they all agree And maybe that's the issue. Maybe the issue is they didn't
They
know
didn't
about
know.
each other.
But he changed his name and each.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was different counties.
So Greg, could it been that some of these women basically say they were fraudulently?
They did say they didn't know about those ones.
Okay.
And listen, I would love to hear from Gold Dust Woman on this. Somebody with a name like Gold Dust Woman must have some insight as to how we should feel about whether or not marrying more than one woman is a crime. Oh,
Peter, that's coming up.
Oh, Peter, listen, you know, Brother Love and Greg Jackson are on top of this Texas story. You know that. That's why you've been listening for so many years. That's why you follow us, because you know that Brother Love, Greg Jackson, and sometimes Doc, when we put on this hat and put on this jacket, we come in and we talk to you all about the stories that are going on across this country. One of which, if y'all don't know, Brother Peter, like I said, y'all don't get a chance to see this, but this is how we get down over here on Let's Talk Nation. You may see a green screen, but everybody else sees this backdrop. But in the state of Texas, the time to move. Can we transition?
Yeah, let's transition because Peter pushing us.
Yeah, Peter. Hey, listen, give us your world famous segue, brother.
Well, we're gonna move from this guy who wanted a harem to, and this is not a good segue whatsoever. But
your segue is not very good.
This is not gonna be good. But there's no other way to get there from the standpoint of the fact that, and Greg, this is not the first time this has happened.
No, it's not.
It's not the first time it happened. But what we're going to talk about is Democrats fleeing their state in order not to be part of this is part of the legislative session.
Yeah, Texas swimped. Whatever how you say that. My apologies for messing up the last one. Don't you go nowhere, because we talk about your state right now, man. So for those who have not heard, in the state of Texas. Now remember, me being from Florida, I only call one state great. And I apologize to everybody else out there. I love the United States, but there's only one great state in this country, and that's the state of Florida. I apologize, native Floridian. But in the state of Texas, the governor and the legislature has put forth a measure to change the congressional map.
Mm-hmm.
And the changing of the congressional map requires the legislature to vote on the changing of the map. So in changing the map, they called in the legislators and they said, okay, y'all have to come in, you have to vote. But if you don't have the requisite number of legislators, you cannot vote. So what did these legislators do, Brother Love? Talk to the people. What did they do?
The majority of them, I think, went to Chicago, where they were welcomed by the governor.
Yeah.
And by the way, I did a little research. Did you know the governor of Illinois is worth $3 billion?
Yeah, man.
I didn't know. Well, anyway, I digress for a moment there. So you can see how
G Tokens is all over the story, man. G Tokens loves the story.
But you can see how he welcomed them with open arms. But Greg, how many Democrats that fled to Chicago?
Well, I know that there were 50 who fled the state of Texas, and I want to say all 50 went to Chicago. That's what I want to say.
I know some of our viewers can give us some intel, because again, this is not the first time this has happened.
No, it's not the first time it's happened. The last time it happened, what was the vote that they were trying to make?
It was something. But so, hey, but hang on. When
Tony Swift, you don't want to tell us what they were doing over there in Texas when they left the state the last time, where they couldn't vote? See, that's how they do get Texas. See, if it was a Floridian, man, they'll be all over.
But when it happened before, Greg, I believe the state troopers were ordered.
So listen.
Yeah.
Listen. So that's exactly what's happening in this case also. So the legislators in the state of Texas have fled the state so that they could stop this vote on changing the congressional map to add potentially 5 Republican seats. All right. So that's what they did. So not the governor, but the leader of the House in Texas. I don't know what they call him over there.
Is it Dustin?
Yes. I don't know what they call him in Texas, but here in the state of Florida, we call him the Speaker of the House.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's basically put out a what do they call it? Come on, help me, brother. What do you put out?
Well, I mean, basically, they're saying you
serving
civil warrants.
Yeah, he put out civil warrants
and instructed the sergeant of arms to execute that.
And so basically, what that means is that the state troopers of the state of Texas can now go and round up these legislators who have left the state in order to bring them back so that they can effectuate a vote on this issue.
How do you think that's going to go?
I think it's going to go pretty bad.
So what I'm curious about, and maybe Peter might be familiar, somebody listening. So what happens within this time frame if they don't get is it a quorum? I would imagine, Greg.
So we got a great question. Listen, man, this TikTok audience is sharp. I mean, we always say our Facebook audience is sharp. This TikTok audience is killing it with these questions. One of them said, "Can they do that out of state?" And the answer to that question, G Tokens, is no, they cannot. That's a great question. And Angel, thanks for joining us here, because G G Tokens is killing it with these questions, man.
So that's a matter of not having out of state jurisdiction.
They don't have jurisdiction out of state. Now, the minute they step back home to get, change clothes or whatever it is they're gonna get, then yeah, they can arrest them, they can bring them in. But here's the other thing too, though, Brother Love, they can assess civil fines. That's one thing they can do. They can assess civil fines against them for the number of days that they miss. And I want to say that the civil fines that they're looking to assess is $500 a day. So while they may not be able to actually go after them out of state, they can continue to assess fines against them. And when they return, it's going to be a time.
I'm curious, what kind of timeline is this on? Because this just can't take place indefinitely.
I mean, listen, just like the last time, they eventually came back. The vote on what was going to happen ended up happening, and so it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, listen, everything right now is symbolic. The move to issue civil warrants is symbolic by the leader of the House in Texas. The move of the legislators to leave the state in order to prevent there from being a vote is symbolic. But at the end of the day, guess what? SoCal guy, guess what's going to happen? They're going to come back and they're going to vote anyways, and they're going to change the congressional maps in Texas. Now, the other thing too, though, is that they do have some legal challenges to the map. So I mean, there's still some way that they can help out. Sidearm, good to see you, man. Appreciate you for tuning in.
So one of the strategies is if you don't agree with the direction, you just leave.
Yeah. What is that? What's the guy?
You flee.
Yeah, and I don't think this is appropriate. It goes down in the DM, but I think that's something.
I think that's something else.
I don't think this is going down in the DM. Listen, man, I keep telling y'all, man, I'm old school. I got to get caught up on the times, man. I got to get caught up on the times.
Well, Greg, we'll see what happens with this, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Greg, something else that took place, man, and this is something that I know you're looking at your screen. I'm looking at mine. People are saying, hey, when are you guys going to talk about what took place last week?
So listen, man. Before we do that, man, let me say peace out to our TikTok audience who's doing it. Thank y'all for joining us. We're about to talk some real Florida stuff. If y'all want to tune in, Let's Talk Nation Facebook, please do so. But this is a topic that is only exclusive to our Facebook audience. But again, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all very much. And we're going to catch y'all on the flip side. And listen, continue to watch the videos because they're going to continue to come hot and heavy. So again, Greg Jackson, self-proclaimed civil trial attorney extraordinaire, co-host of I keep telling y'all thought I was playing, co-host of Let's Talk Nation, and I give my moments, but hey, we appreciate y'all again. We're about to go talk some Florida business exclusive for our Facebook audience only. Thank y'all. Take care.
So, Brother Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Here is something, man, and I just, we throw those fastballs, man, right down the middle, man. And here's something that everybody's been saying. Are you guys going to have a conversation about it? Are you guys going to at least talk about it? Stick to the facts? And, our response was yes. And what everybody's talking about is what took place last week with Orange County government.
Yeah. And in addition to what took place in the state of Texas, Peter, I know that you're probably up on this as well as a lot of other folks of what has happened. And for those who don't know, the governor of the state of Florida is very big on helping ICE and ensuring that, especially with Alligator Alcatraz, ensuring that if there are any cities or any municipalities in the state of Florida that they do not become sanctuary cities. And we know that there have been times here in the state of Florida where there have been certain cities where they have given the appearance of being a sanctuary city. And we all know what that means. If you don't, those are cities that will not participate in or assist with identifying or turning in individuals who are in the country illegally or who are waiting to be legalized here in these United States. And so for the most part, the federal government has determined that is not appropriate and it's not legal. And so Governor DeSantis actually sent out an order to a previous amendment, basically asking municipalities to agree that they would assist in some form or fashion of transporting, undocumented individuals to Alligator Alcatraz or to some other facility where they can be deported in maintaining what the ICE agents are here and that what they've been tasked to do.
And so as a result of that, the BCC had its meeting last Tuesday, Wednesday.
People don't know. You got
Border County Commission.
You got to speak American.
And Greg, there was a great deal of dialogue that took place doing that. I mean, some real rigorous discussions, if you would, man. And at the end of the day, everybody on the dais said that they would abide by the law. But one of the things that
when they said that,
yeah, you go
in
back
the meeting,
in the meeting, they said they would abide by the law. But the one
When?
thing during the commission meeting,
which one?
Okay.
Before or after I said what I said?
well, that's the part. Yeah, that's the
what I'm
part,
talking about.
and that's the part that really got all the attention.
Yeah, that's the part that I want to get to.
Yeah, that's the part that got all of the attention. And simply put, as Greg mentioned it was the fact that the ICE agreement was not signed. So the ICE agreement that included the transportation piece was not signed. And so I guess within the next 24 or 48 hours, a lot of things happened. And subsequently, Friday, Mayor Demings held a press conference.
Yeah.
And during this press conference, he came out prior to them having their meeting that's going to take place this week, and he signed the agreement.
Well, that listen, you
Can't cross over.
You tried to skirt over the I said what I said. What did yeah? Let's Talk Nation want to know, what did he say to where he said I said what I said? I'm sorry, because that video,
Yeah,
after the fact, he Mayor Demings looked shook. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna lie. He looked shook. I don't know what was said or what was done, but what was the I said what I said part?
The I said what I said part was specific to the fact that all of the things that he talked about with being understaffed at the jail, with budget concerns, things of that nature. He came back and said, "Hey, that is what I said," and then as a follow up to that, he signed the agreement.
Mm-hmm.
But then, there was Miami-Dade County signed the agreement as well. I mean, I'm doing comparisons now. And bottom line, Greg, I mean, I can't say it no better than what you just said. He said what he said, and he said, "Yeah, I signed that darn thing."
He said a little bit,
Yeah,
a little stronger than that.
Yeah, he said it's stronger than that. I'm diplomatic about this.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. With the I said what I said, there was some indication or some feeling that the mayor of Orange County was not going to follow the agreement that was put in front of him, and that was because it had not been signed. And so Governor DeSantis, in what I think, like or don't like the guy, I think was a major boss move, decided to have a press conference, unrelated, but a press conference here in or around Orange County. And the speculation was that press conference, press conference, there was going to be an announcement that because Orange County had not signed the amendment, that there were going to be some suspensions coming down. Now, one thing we know, Doc, I'm glad you got your hat on. I see you got your glasses on, and I see you got the jacket on, because I know you're going to talk
some new ones, like a seatbelt.
One thing we know about Governor DeSantis is that he is not shy about handing out suspensions to elected officials here in Central Florida and across the state of Florida. Don, what say you?
This is a question I asked Rod earlier. Why would you not go to your people and say, what are my options, before you make a foolish tactic? See, it's tactical. All of this is tactical.
Hey, wait, I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, you get out there and I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it.
Doc, I ain't co-signing this.
I don't care.
I'm not.
Tell him to his face.
I'm not. Thank you, Doc.
That shows poor. I'm talking about the mayor. Listen, part of being a professional.
Like Jared Dibbles,
I'm looking at one. I can't believe it.
Part of your profession is knowing and trusting the people around you to help you lead.
Okay.
Now, and here's the thing: it makes the government of Orange County look very weak, very petty.
Well, listen. Now, when we talk about that, let me tell you who I'm disappointed in out of this right here. we have a District 2 commissioner, and Christine Moore. And I believe that the District 2 commissioner took an unnecessary jab
I read that.
at an African American politician.
Yeah, I saw that about.
Because listen, and he has been a Republican for as long as I've known him. I've known Brother Gelzee for a long time. I think I'm going on better, like a good part of a decade now that I've known him. He is who he is, and he has been highly successful in who he is.
Yeah.
He's been tapped by the governor a couple of times to serve in key positions while there were some vacant slots.
Tough positions.
So, although I am, understand this, and Doc, I know where you are, but I am a registered voting Democrat super voter. Go check the rolls. I vote every election, big and small. And for her to say that about Glenn Gelzine, something to the effect of we don't want a Glenn Gelzine to take over because there was some fear that she, along with other commissioners, would be suspended for this. I think she could have just left it at, hey, listen, we need to just serve the people and not make an attack on Glenn Gelzine the way that she did. I thought that was very tasty.
And I believe that I truly believe that she had a better relationship with Glenn than what I saw.
I thought she did.
Yeah.
I thought she did.
Usually that comes from somewhere. She's not just jabbing at him. It's
you want to know where it comes from?
What? She's afraid of him.
She's running. She's running for the seat.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so she needs controversy to put her name out there.
Not just controversy. Now remember, and I'm wondering if I could say this.
Controversy sells, so
because the what is a mayor race in a park? Is that partisan or nonpartisan?
It's nonpartisan, but people know where you're at. People know where you stand. Yeah.
So I mean, listen, if we're going to speak facts, let's speak facts. So Christine Moore is a Republican also. Christine Moore has no qualms with going against the establishment, and that's great. I understand that. But I think a lot of what she's doing now is because she understands, Doc, that she's not going to get a lot of the Republican votes in the popular election race. So she now has to figure out a way that she's going to get those Democrat votes.
Yeah.
And I guess, and Greg, you said it all, but for somebody like a Glenn Gelzine, I mean, and we make we don't shade the fact that we know him. I think Glenn has done a lot of great work. Started out at the Metropolitan Orlando Urban League. Yep. Before that was with Take Stock in Children organization over in Tampa. And then went on to go over to was appointed by Governor DeSantis to oversee Reedy Creek.
Yep.
And then subsequently the Orange County supervisor election.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's done, man, some yeoman's work, man. And when I saw that, I was like, man,
he thinks outside of the box. Doc, what you got? You own something, Doc.
It's funny how Brother Love always chopping my knees down and stuff.
I ain't chopping your knees down.
Hey, you don't want me to say things, but here's the thing: we all are adults. When you show up to your job, you audition for your job every day.
That's true.
Okay. And if he's that thin skinned about my comments, well, so be it. A hit dog holler. That's what the country folks told me.
Do that on your show.
and I, the thing is, when you put yourself in the public arena, you expect pushback. You expect to be dissected because that comes along with it. And I told no lies. Why would you not, as a leader, vet what you could say and do in regards to a policy like that? That was stupidity. Now he has to walk it back and make himself look extremely foolish. This is and I can tell you what party he in a damn Democratic Party.
All right, Doc, thanks a lot, man.
And
Doc, thank you.
I'm a Democrat.
Thank
this
you.
is stupid stuff.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Doc.
Good night. Hello. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out. God bless. Good night. Listen, man, but that's what Doc is here, though. That's what Doc is here. Listen, Doc is how do I say this? Doc is the voice that we cannot sometimes use.
Yeah.
Listen, that's why he's been rocking and rolling with us for how long now?
Oh man, Doc been with us for a minute now. This is going on 8-9 years for us.
Yeah, listen. Doc, that's listen. Just like what's my guy named Barack Obama said? Like Barack Obama said when he was talking about what's the pastor name? The pastor in Chicago.
I don't know, but Doc reminds me of the guy who pulls the pin and drop it back in the grenade basket. And we sit like scrambling, trying to find which one did he pull.
And he sitting there laughing.
And he's sitting there laughing. Like, I hope y'all.
I'm taking y'all with me.
Yeah. But man, hey, it's a lot of things happening, and at the end of the
Was
day,
it right? What's the name? Not right.
to my Obama's pastor,
Yeah.
I think it was
Jeremiah,
right.
was it Jeremiah right?
Yeah.
Jeremiah. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, just like Jeremiah, just like Obama said about his pastor, just like before Mayor Nelson and I became friends, and he came and reported to me that one of my supporters was slamming him, which now we all know who that is. That's the jackass I talked about not too long ago. But that aside, like I told Mayor Nelson at the time, or he was Representative Nelson at the time, just like Barack Obama told the nation. With Doc Polite, I can no more distance myself from Doc Polite than I can from the African American community. So there we go. That's who Doc is. So.
Well, man, hey, we got a lot coming at us, man. I mean, it's coming up. But at the end of the day, Greg, and you talked about it last week. Man.
That's why I got us off of TikTok.
I see that.
Hey, this is the Let's Talk Nation Facebook talk.
But bottom line is, and Greg, you talked about this last week. If you don't go out and vote, you're going to have decisions made by a small percentage of the population that's going to make decisions for everybody.
Yep, no doubt. So, but yeah, Doc, I mean, not Doc, yeah, but
Greg,
I'm still,
I know you replaying it back in your mind.
Yeah.
But end of the day, man, we gotta sit back and see what's gonna be taking place in these doggone elections. Greg, we failed to talk about the fact that Orange County is, being expanded by 2 additional districts.
So when do we find out the lines for those 2 new seats?
Well, I think just recently, as maybe a couple of weeks ago, the new lines that were submitted were rejected.
Really?
So it's almost, and I don't know if it's back
to until October, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So I don't know, man, and everybody is guessing where it's going to be. Folk are talking about District 2, District 6, but Greg, everything is going to have to shift to create those 2 new districts.
Well, I mean, and what it's doing is also for the individuals who want to run in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of has them at a standstill because they don't know if they're going to be in the area that. Right. So I hope that they get that figured out sooner rather than later.
So Greg, let me ask you this question: a larger commission, just off the top of your head, man, and just trying to read the tea leaves. You get specific representation, but is it more effective? Because people look at Miami-Dade, man, and say,
"Damn, 9 in Miami-Dade."
Yeah. Is it 9 or more? You make me think it's. I think it's.
My brain has me stopping at 9, but it may be more. But
I know Doc is in front of his computer, and I know he can.
Doc ain't talking to you right now.
I know. I ain't talking to him. I ain't talking to him.
No, ask Doc for nothing. He ain't talking to you right now. Hey, Doc, you get that information from me because I know you're talking about love.
that doggone Doc.
I love how he throw me under the bus and backing up over me.
Hey, 13. I knew it was more.
And y'all know. First of all, I'm a very analytical person. I want the audience to understand that. I don't just
don't say y'all. Hey, Doc, don't say y'all. I just told you. You hear what I just said?
I don't say foolishness. And our styles are different. I don't make you comfortable. I'll tell you the truth. But I'm also
to our audience, especially the ones who tune in at the 6 o'clock show.
You're right.
Doc and I are very,
You're wrong.
Okay. Your opinion of wrong.
Ain't no. Listen, that's like what do you call it? Alternate truths.
Listen, let me tell you why he was wrong. Let me tell you why he was wrong. He was wrong because he underestimated who he was dealing with. That's what he was wrong. He underestimated and he forgot just for a split second that he was dealing with Ron DeSantis. When Ron DeSantis got in his vehicle and decided he was coming to Orange County, it clicked. And the county attorney came to them and said, "Listen, you're dealing with a governor who has no qualms with removing elected officials." And that's the one. I think
script. He said in the best interest.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not going to say he's wrong because I think that he believes. I think he really believes in what he believes in. So.
Why would you not inform yourself to all of your options?
He forgot.
He ain't forget.
Listen,
he's supposed to be a professional. He is the professional.
Hey, Aaron Masala forgot.
Do you go? Hey,
what's
do you?
what's
Do
her
you?
name?
Let me ask you this.
Hey,
Like
listen,
you're an
listen,
attorney.
listen.
You're
Hey,
a world famous attorney. Do you go?
Monique Rorel forgot.
They ain't forget.
Sometimes.
Hey, they didn't forget.
They forgot.
That what they didn't do is they didn't do their work. They didn't understand all of the aspects. Why would you go into a situation and not find out every contingency you could possibly think of? Now you might miss some because you don't know everything, but you can damn sure inform yourself well enough to say, is this going to come out the way that I think? And here's why.
Well, I think think about it that way, I think the thought process was, if I put out the reasons that we cannot do this or effectively do this, that should suffice. If I say that we don't have the manpower, we don't have the resources, and so I can't commit any legally doing something that we are being asked to do, then that should suffice. But
okay,
like I said,
legally,
he underestimated who it was he was dealing with.
But what is the law? What does the law say he must do?
Well, I don't know if the law says that he must go with an amendment that the governor puts in front of him. Now, remember that was not a statutory provision that was put in front of him. That was an amendment of an agreement that was put in front of him.
But we are obligated to follow federal guidelines. This is where it's coming from. And DeSantis decided that he was going to participate in this way.
So now remember, we don't. That states in and of themselves have a right to govern themselves. Because remember, California is not following, and it's not that California may be losing out on certain dollars, but California can still govern itself accordingly and not do certain things.
Well, one of the things that was revealed through this, because people ask, what amount of federal dollars does Orange County receive?
What percentage? Or
what amount?
What's the amount?
In excess of over $100 million.
Can't make that up. That's hard.
And so when you're looking at the different pots of money that comes in, and I didn't know over $100 million.
That's a lot of scratch.
So you can't go to your reserve,
right? Yeah, that's a lot of scratch.
And say, we're gonna tap into this. That's a lot.
And for those who are listening, Dr. Light, Brother Love, myself, when we do this is an exercise of us doing what's biblical. Iron sharpening iron. We challenge each other. We
it sure gets sharp tonight, boy.
and then we hang up from here. We laugh at each other. Y'all don't see what we do when we hang up, but
this is
really how we hone our skills.
I don't come from a place of malice. It's never been that way with me.
Nobody said you came from a place of malice. Who said that?
No, I'm just explaining to the audience because they can see us postulating, but these my brothers, and they can call me up and correct me without a doubt. I listen to them faster than a lot of people. Matter of fact, they two of the people that can influence me to change directions other than my wife.
What a lot of people don't realize is we might, like Greg said, iron sharpen iron. We might do a little tug of war with each other, but boy, when it's time to fight together, we know how to do that too.
Yeah, hey, listen, y'all don't want to say we're on the same page coming at you now. That's
okay. Greg, tell them Doc can get out there in the street and fight, won't he?
Hey, listen, I done seen people scattered. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Hey, Doc, stay on the screen because we 1 minute before I'm gonna go ahead and do this. This has been this night, man. I don't know if it got my blood pressure going up or what, but I want to say to both you and Greg tonight, and when I say this, I mean this.
Here you go.
Y'all don't have to go home, man, but y'all got to get up on out of here.
You can't do
I can't say that.
He gonna do it.
Yeah, you sound like a man.
Y'all don't have to go home, man.
Y'all to get out of here.
Hey, Coca-Cola.
Hey, and they paying no bills.
They're not paying no bills. We looking forward to it.
Hey, Brother Brian's on there. You say hi, guys.
What's going on, man?
Hey, man, y'all don't have to go home, man. Go on, do your thing, man.
You gotta get out of here.
You gotta get out of here. We'll see y'all next week on Let's Talk Nation.